Hey, did you catch that Spielberg declared Top Gun Maverick as the savior of the whole movie theater biz? Well, guess what? They're already cooking up Top Gun 3. Yep, it's official. Even though it's just the beginning stages, they've given the green light for a sequel to the awesome 2022 flick directed by Joseph Kosinski. You know, the one everyone loved. So Tom Cruise back in action as a legendary Maverick, alongside a fresh batch of young adrenaline junkie pilots. Despite all the craziness of the pandemic, Maverick soared high, wowing audiences with its thrilling aerial stunts and touching moments. And it wasn't just a hit, it was a mega hit. People flocked to theaters, bringing in a whopping $1.5 billion worldwide. That's some serious moolah, making it Cruise's biggest movie ever. Feeling the need for speed yet? If you're itching to dive back into the danger zone, I've got you covered. Here's the lowdown on everything you need to know about Top Gun 3. Also, stick around to the end as we discuss a deleted scene that changes everything. So about Top Gun 3's release date. Well, there isn't one yet. Cruise hasn't even put pen to paper for the project, let alone suited up as Maverick again. So we might have to wait a little bit longer before we can mark our calendars for the next thrill ride. Jerry Bruckheimer spilled the beans to Screen Rant in March 2024, confirming that the third installment is on the horizon. But with Cruise's jam-packed schedule, it's anyone's guess when production will kick off. You never know when it's going to get made because Tom is so busy, said Bruckheimer. He's doing Mission Impossible right now. He's got a picture after it. Hopefully, we'll get a screenplay that he loves and we'll be back in the air again. Now let's talk about the plot of Top Gun 3. Well, it's a bit of a mystery at the moment. The script is still getting its finishing touches and waiting for Cruise and his production company's thumbs up. But here's a nugget of info. Aaron Kruger, who co-wrote Maverick, is the brains behind the storyline for Part 3, and Paramount's crossing their fingers that Joseph Kosinski, the maestro behind Maverick's direction, will be back in the pilot seat for this one too. Looks like we'll have to wait a bit longer to uncover the full story. Before the news of Top Gun 3 hit the headlines, whispers were floating around about a potential sequel focusing on Miles Teller's character, Lieutenant Bradley Rooster Bradshaw. Word on the street was that Teller pitched the idea straight to Paramount. If you remember, Rooster is the son of Goose, Maverick's unfortunate wingman who met his end in the first film. Now, whether Teller's brainchild will take flight in Top Gun 3 is still up in the air. But according to Variety, Aaron Kruger's new storyline might just bring back Teller and his Maverick co-pilot Glenn Powell, who played LT Jake Hangman Sarrazin. Despite all the mysteries swirling around, Jerry Bruckheimer, the mastermind behind the franchise, has dropped a tantalizing hint. Tom Cruise will be front and center in the next adventure. It's definitely going to be Tom Cruise, Bruckheimer spilled to Screen Rant. Tom is just incredible. We've been brainstorming with him, and Joe Kosinski came up with this fantastic idea for a story. Tom loved it, so now we're rolling with it and seeing where it takes us. Now let's talk about the cast of the Top Gun 3. So as the script for Top Gun 3 is still up in the air, there aren't any casting details to dish out just yet. But let's be real here. If this bird takes flight, you can bet your bottom dollar that Cruise will be back in the cockpit, pulling off more jaw-dropping stunts. I mean, have you seen his track record? He's like a magnet for adrenaline-fueled adventures. Top Gun, Mission Impossible, and now even outer space. And as for Teller's Rooster, chances are he'll be swooping back into action too. But hey, with so much ground to cover before we hit the release date, we'll just have to sit tight and see who else joins the Top Gun crew for round 3. Right now, Top Gun 3's revving its engines in pre-production. Even though Top Gun Maverick brought in a fresh batch of characters, one deleted scene might throw a wrench into getting viewers invested in them for Top Gun 3. You see, the original Top Gun was all about Maverick, even though it had some standout supporting stars like Iceman and Viper. By the end of Maverick, it was crystal clear that the sequel was still very much centered on Cruise's character. But Miles Teller's Rooster and other newbies, like Glenn Powell's Hangman and John Hamm's Cyclone, did get their fair share of the spotlight. Yet there's a snag. Maverick axed a scene that could have given more weight to these supporting stars, opting to keep the focus on, well, Maverick. In Top Gun Maverick, there was a scene that got the snip involving Cyclone, Phoenix, and Bob in the infirmary. Director Joseph Kosinski spilled the beans on this, mentioning a nice scene where the trio would have reassured us they were A-OK after their training mishap. But cutting this scene helped maintain the surprise ending, where Maverick breaks the news to Rooster about their condition. Kaczynski explained that leaving it in might have deflated the tension of that moment, so while it kept us on the edge of our seats, it left Phoenix and Bob with minimal screen time. And therein lies the rub. Monica Barbaro's Phoenix and Lewis Pullman's Bob rarely got a chance to shine in Maverick. Tough break for those characters, but hey, in the fast-paced world of Maverick, every frame counts. In Top Gun Maverick, Maverick's story took center stage, leaving little room for the supporting stars to spread their wings. Monica Barbaro's Phoenix and Lewis Pullman's Bob, for instance, barely got a chance to shine. Even heavyweights like John Hamm and Ed Harris found themselves stuck in one-dimensional villain roles, a real missed opportunity. It's a shame, really. Phoenix, especially, had the potential for a compelling subplot, exploring the challenges of misogyny in the Navy, while Bob's quiet strength could have made him a standout among the swaggering recruits. But alas, their potential got overshadowed by Cruise's star power, leaving their characters largely untapped. It's a classic case of the big name stealing the spotlight, leaving promising characters in the shadows. The franchise tends to put Maverick's story front and center. The decision to cut Bob and Phoenix's scenes suggests that initially these characters had a more significant role before the creators streamlined the plot to focus on Maverick's journey. This approach paid off for Top Gun Maverick, which received better reviews and raked in even more cash than its predecessor. However, this doesn't mean the franchise should stick to the same formula forever. It's time to give other characters like Phoenix and Bob more screen time in Top Gun 3, even if it means Maverick steps aside a bit. By the end of Top Gun Maverick, Maverick's story reaches a satisfying conclusion, with his professional and personal life on track. This sets the stage for Top Gun 3 to shift its focus away from Maverick and towards the supporting cast. Instead of cutting scenes like Bob and Phoenix's infirmary moment, Top Gun 3 could add more of these scenes to explore their lives further. This would help expand the world of the series beyond Maverick's perspective and give viewers a deeper look into the lives of these characters. Top Gun Maverick's sequel should broaden the franchise's scope. Not only did Bob and Phoenix's scene get swapped out for Maverick's update to Rooster, but characters like Coyote and Fritz barely got any screen time or lines in the final cut. Maverick's story dominated, leaving little room for the supporting cast to shine collectively. As Top Gun 3 starts to come together, it's crucial to avoid repeating this mistake and ensure the ensemble gets its due. Rooster, Hangman, Phoenix, and Bob have already captured viewers' hearts, but they need more time in the spotlight. Just look at how the limited focus on Rooster and Hangman in Maverick turned them into fan favorites. There's no reason why Phoenix and Bob couldn't be just as compelling in the sequel. Even Ham's villain could undergo a transformation, evolving into an unlikely hero with a newfound respect for Maverick. Well, that's it. For now, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on upcoming movies from us. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.